Our first speaker today will be the Alpha Company Commander, David Vigano, giving his speech, Don't Tread on Me.
What?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I begin to reflect on my high school years, I begin to wonder how in the world did I get to be where I'm standing right now. See, my high school career is far different than the average teens. But instead of dwelling on my past, the past that I can't change, I will look into the future. Carson Long allowed me to grow at my own pace and allowed me to learn from my mistakes. It inspired me to achieve academic excellence, build strong character, achieve, understand, and appreciate my potential as an ethical leader in the global community. If there's anything I learned at Carson Long, it's the ability to be a leader. Skills that I've developed here, I will carry on for the rest of my life. There are a variety of things I've learned, but the most important to me I will share with you now. First skill that a leader I think should have is the skill to be able to set the example at all times. By that I mean, don't expect the best out of your subordinates when you yourself don't expect the best out of yourself. 2, know your subordinates and always look out for their welfare before your own. It's vital. Number 3, always serve to lead. Always serve to lead. Thankfully, that is something that I've learned from Mr. Pearson. That phrase I'll carry on for the rest of my life as well. I know that my future is in my hands, and success is something I create for myself. See, when I first came to Carson Long, I didn't really know what to expect. I thought that I'll have to have like a clean room, and everything will have to be folded. But it was more than that. Cadets that are behind me and to my right, I'll remember forever. I would like to give some advice to the junior leaders for next year. I've made a collection of observations since I've arrived at Carson Long of the cadet leaders. And one thing that I've always noticed is that you can always have to be a leader. Having the job as a leader means you work 24/7, all the time. There's no days off. You don't get to turn on the switch and off the switch when you choose to lead and choose to not. You're constantly surrounded by the people whom you lead, which are your peers. Ties in with setting the example. So you're either in or you're out. And the cadets that I'd like to thank would be Odin, Rivera, Benjiji, and Dejin. They've stood by my side ever since I've been here at Carson Long. I've never met people like that before. And some of them are younger than me too. And I find it outrageous that they're so wise and have so much before them and have such a bright future ahead of them. It was an honor to know you guys. Thank you for being real friends. Out of the faculty, I'd like to thank Colonel Somerville, Major Hallman, Colonel Kamoli, Major Dixon, Captain Baker. You all and many more were models of men who I'll never forget and haven't met anywhere else besides Carson Long. Especially, however, I'd like to thank Lieutenant Conrad and Colonel Buller. A lot of people say they have morals and values. These two men live those morals and values every second of every day, of every week, of every month, every year. Just talking to them is extraordinary, and knowing them is amazing. I'll never forget any of you. I've adopted many of your values of life, and they'll carry on for the rest of my life. I'd like to also thank the Corps of Cadets for my experiences, for without you, I wouldn't have been able to develop any skills as a leader. I would have no one to lead. So thank you for not always listening, but being able to just do your best when I expected that of you guys. The Building 49. Who's the best company?
Alpha Company!
What was that? Who's the best company?
Alpha Company!
Alright. I didn't start the year as the Alpha Company commander. It's something that happened that I had no. If you would have told me that I was going to be in Building 49, I would have been in shock. I didn't expect it. But in April, I saw the need for something. I didn't want to leave this school knowing that there was a gap in leadership somewhere in the Corps. I needed to fix it, or else I would regret it for the rest of my life. So I decided to take that position, although I knew that I would have some struggles. I know a lot of guys in that building don't like me. They actually hate me for the things that I do. But it's okay, because I like you guys. I love you guys. You may still hate me now. We're deciding in the future that you would like to apologize for the things that you've done and the things that you've said. But it's okay. I know that you didn't mean most of it. And I'd also like to say, Building 49, when I first came into the building and I saw you guys, I was struck with awe because so many people say such bad things about Building 49, and I saw potential and I saw hope. I saw leaders in that building that actually were willing to do the right thing. They just needed a little push. So I hope they understand that I stood by their side as long as they stood by mine. And now that I look at them at the end of this year, I see a difference. And I trust that Denzel DeJean, the company commander next year, will carry on the tradition of excellence in Building 49. It was an honor to attend this academy, and God bless you all.